YouTube, what's up? And welcome back to part 6 of the Pokemon FireRed Omega Hardcore Nuzlocke. As you can see, we are currently chilling here in Celadon City, and that is because last time out we took down Erica in the grass-type gym, and we now have 4 gym badges. Let me pull up the trainer card here real quick to show that. So 4 badges down, 4 to go. This game's really hard, man, but it's super cool, and it is my first time ever trying to Nuzlocke, so things are going to go sideways, but I'm just going to have to roll with the punches and just keep on pushing, and we'll do the best we can here. Now, as you can see above my head and also on the screen there, we only have 4 Pokemon in the party. That's because I didn't pull anybody out of the box after fighting Erica, and we did lose 2 Pokemon in the fight against Erica, so we only have 4. I wanted to leave it like this, though, and not pull 2 Mons out of the party, because that way we, well, I would remember to recap it, but the 2 Pokemon we lost were Swellow and Noctowl. I guess I can go show that off in the box, too, but first, we're going to outline what's going to go down today, right? This will be the first time in the playlist where I'm not actually going to get a gym badge. You know, every time in every episode so far, we've been getting badges. But, as you know, playing through Kanto, from this point up until we can get down to Fuchsia and fight Koga for the 5th gym badge, there's a lot of stuff that has to happen in between that. So, no gym badge today, but with that being said, there is still going to be 2 notable fights that will have level caps to them, and the first one of which is going to be Giovanni here in Celadon City. And that, Giovanni, of course, is located underneath the game corner, which is right below me here. And we got to take down Giovanni to earn the Silph scope, and then head back to Lavender Town and climb up the tower in order to save Mr. Fuji and get the Poke Flute, right? We got to do all that before we can finally wake up Snorlax's fat ass to get him out the way and get down to Fuchsia to get the next badge. So with that being said, we still have a couple notable fights today. Probably going to lose a couple more Mons as I've been doing during every fight. And speaking of, I'm going to go recap all that real quick. Now also, before I show off the death box and what we've lost so far, we're also going to go over the rest of the Pokemon in the box as I pull them onto the party. But I did, in between episodes, use a whole bunch of rare candies again. And actually, almost like 100 of them. Yeah, so I have 408 rare candies. But I started with 500 in between the episodes. I reset it every time after I'm done recording back to 500. And then I used 92 rare candies in between episodes. Now, you might be asking yourself, and maybe somebody will say it in the YouTube comments in the future, but, like, dude, why don't you just do the rare candies on stream? Like, bro, it took me, like, 30 to 35 minutes to use those 100 rare candies and level up everybody that is still alive and we can still use from. So I put everybody up to level 33 because the level cap is 35 still. It was 35 against Erica and Giovanni. So I could have done those fights in either order, but I kind of wanted to get the gym badge first. So I put everybody in the box here up to 33 because there's a few rocket grunts before we get to Giovanni, right? So I didn't want anybody to go past 35. Then they would be ineligible for that fight. But first we'll recap the death box now that it's, we're 4 episodes in. And I just kind of like doing this mainly to remember who we lost along the way, but Swablu was level 5, so I must have lost this thing even before getting to Brock, because Brock's level cap was 14. Oh, right, so against Brock, the only Pokemon we lost was Rattata. And then after that was the fight against Gary at the Nugget Bridge, even before getting into Misty's gym there. And we actually lost 3 Pokemon to Gary, which was really annoying. Especially the Weeping Bell and the Pikachu, because both of those were going to be very good against Misty, right, with Grass and Electric. I also lost a Combuskin, got smoked by Gary's Smoochum. That was unfortunate. So we lost 1 Mon to Brock, 3 Mons to Gary, and then 0 Pokemon against Misty. But that's because it was the second time I fought Misty. So I knew her team. As you'll see on the bottom left corner of the screen, it says attempt number 2, because the first time we lost against Misty. So round 2 against Misty, we didn't lose anybody. But then came Lieutenant Surge, and we lost 3 more Pokemon against Lieutenant Surge. That was Bayleaf, Meowth, and the Marshtomp, which really hurt, because Swampert would have been a beast, of course. And then, so 3 Mons to Surge, and then 2 more Mons last time versus Erica, which was the Swellow and the Noctowl. So, it's pretty tough, but it is what it is, and we still have a whole bunch of good Mons here to choose from, so with that being said, when I ripped, the 92 rare candies in between the episodes here, I was writing down on a notepad all of the moves that the Pokemon try to learn. Just because trust me, dude, it's way better to just spend 3 minutes recapping this real quick rather than spending the full 30 to 35 minutes doing all the rare candies. Nobody would want to sit through that. Unless a whole bunch of people in the future start saying that in the YouTube comments. And for future Nuzlocks, I'll go ahead and just do the rare candies with everybody. But for now, I feel like that's the better play. So, notable attacks. Grovyle didn't try to learn anything, but Charmeleon learned both Dragon Claw and Flamethrower. Dragon Claw was at level 28 and Flamethrower at 32. Next up here was this Metang. So, we caught this Metang at level 2. Level 22 inside of the rock tunnel. And of course, Beldum evolves into Metang at level 20. So, the first rare candy I gave it oh, that was the wrong button. It evolved into Metang here. And then, throughout leveling it up further, Metang learned Scary Face at 26 and Pursuit at 32. So bro still only has 3 attacks because Beldum only ever has Takedown. So he's got Takedown, Scary Face, Pursuit. That's it. Next up was Trapinch, who learned Crunch at level 33. And then after that, there wasn't much else. Wartortle was the only other Pokemon that really got like a notable move. And that was Icy Wind at level 32, which was kind of cool because normally Wartortle does not learn Icy Wind as a level up move. So it gives him a way to beat grass types. It's not bad. And then, of course, Ivysaur did evolve to Venusaur at 32. And I think actually learned Double Edge. Yeah, I did write that down. So originally, Ivysaur only had Takedown, which, just like Beldum with Takedown, Takedown is just an awful attack. So learning Double Edge at 31... is cool. It's, you know, it's way better than Takedown. And apart from that, 2 Pokemon did evolve, which was Meowth evolved into Persian and Diglett evolved into Dugtrio, but neither of them learned any other moves, nor did like Slugma or Pidgeotto or anything. So really that was it in terms of notable attacks. I think Venusaur also tried to learn like Petal Dance, but Petal Dance was only 70 base power, and of course it's just like Outrage, right? It locks you into the attack. So Razor Leaf is better, honestly, so I passed on Petal Dance. Let's go ahead and pull out, like, a team of Pokemon to go fight Giovanni. Now, you know, you see that the level cap there is still at 35, so I can't just pull out Charmeleon and turn this thing into a Zard before that fight. So we'll have to leave... We'll leave Charmeleon behind for now, and Quilava, because Giovanni normally has a lot of, like, a lot of ground types. I could bring Alt... I don't know how this thing doesn't really have a good moveset. What else do I got in the box? I don't have much. Honestly, I guess I'll leave Altaria in the party. Alternatively, I could bring Venusaur, I guess, but... yeah, let's actually do that. Let's bring Venusaur instead of Altaria. Alright. And then I just gotta be careful I don't over-level anybody up to, Up past 35, you know, all the way to 36. So let me send Wartortle out here in front, and then we're gonna adjust all the sprites. Let me step outside. We'll change up the music a little bit. Oh yeah, I still never grabbed this item. What do we got here? I didn't even do anything in town. Last time when we got here, we made a beeline over to the gym, and oh, it's a Sunstone. Okay. I wonder if that would actually work with Eevee in this game to evolve it into Espeon. Obviously, normally that doesn't happen, but would this game add it where Eevee can evolve with Sunstone and Moonstone? That'd be interesting. But yeah, we still haven't talked to anybody in town, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna do that. Let me start switching around these sprites here. Because, I mean, for the most part, if not, you know, fully, this has been like a vanilla playthrough up to this point. There really hasn't been that many differences, apart from the gym leaders having, you know, insane teams. With that being said, though, like, I'm still going to talk to, like, all the NPCs that I bump into, right? But I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to NPCs because I just don't think it'd be worthwhile, right? Is there an NPC out there that might give me a choice band or something? Yeah, probably. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe as we get deeper in the playthrough, and like before I fight the Elite Four, I might even have to see where I can get some better held items, because I don't have any hold items at this point. Pretty bad. Where's Kingler at? Before every gym fight, I'm just like attaching berries. It's the best I can do. Where's Kingler in this folder? Okay. Let me just make sure that's all correct. I think we're good. It's not in the right order, but who cares? I'm going to be swapping around the Mons anyway. Alright. It looks good. Let's just get after it here. You know, again, I still could run around and talk to everybody in town because we never did that. We went straight for the gym once we got here, but I don't feel like doing that. Let's fight this Chooch, get him out of the way, push the secret button, and then we'll get after it here. I gotta think in terms of pacing, right? Like we gotta make sure that these two notable fights happen today, being of course Giovanni first and then Gary in the Lavender Tower. Like both of those gotta go down, and then depending upon how long the recording is, sure, maybe I'll go talk to some more NPCs. But the only other, really the only NPC I talked, let me go for Icy Wind here. I might be able to outspeed this thing next turn. Was I did run into the house where Eevee is, but on the bottom floor, to talk to that old lady and get the tea. Right, because I did actually do that, and then I went into Saffron City. Let's see if I'm faster. I am. I guess the level difference, that makes sense. At -1. You know, -1 Golbat probably still could outspeed War Turtle, but I wanted to make sure that I did that going into Saffron to get the TM for Psychic, right? Because we had to put that on Electabuzz just in case for all those grass poison types that Erica might have had, but honestly, I think Electabuzz did close out the gym fight, but it's because it was a Jumpluff was the last Mon. And then Electabuzz just ice punched that thing right to the face. And so, you know what? Hold on, I just thought of something. I gotta make sure I have potions for this. Which I don't. I only have one Hyper Potion. This whole time through this playthrough, I've never even gone to the mart. That's why... Normally, I run to the mart in between episodes, like even in other Pokemon playthroughs, like Unbound and stuff like that, but I've never done it once in this game, and normally I sell off items to make space in the bag, but also to clear up all the, you know, I don't like scrolling through 20 different items just to find the potion that I'm looking for. So let me grab some potions, but I've never done that once in this whole playthrough. Oh, this is the TM shop. Roar, Skill Swap. Oh, Dig. I can get another copy of Dig. I forgot about that. Brick Break, Secret Power, Attract. Honestly, I should get a copy of Brick Break. It's actually not bad. But I'm looking for potions here. I'm not going to do this now with like selling off all the X items and nuggets that I had in the bag, but let's get like a dozen hypers. That should be good enough. And you know what? Do you have full heals yet or no? Oh, you have super repel. I think I already have super repels though. Let me get a couple paralyzed heals and another antidote. Never know. Alright. Quick little pit stop, my bad. Probably should have done that before starting the recording, but I never come prepared. I just do it on the fly. We're just here for a good time, man. Alright. Back to it. My bad for the side quest, but it had to be done. There's not that many, you know, rocket grunts that we have to fight. There's probably like 6 or 7 of them before we get to Giovanni. Well, it's not going to take that long. Grab this hidden item real quick. It's still a PP up, okay. I'm going to avoid fighting most of these guys, though, because normally you want to fight them, right, and get the experience to help level up. But since I'm doing this with rare candies to save time, there's really no point to fight these guys. They could just have some crazy mons for no reason. Although, I think I'm going to fight this guy. There's an item down here that I'll go grab. I don't even remember what this is. Alright. Let's see what these guys got. Honestly, if it's anything like that first guy guarding the poster, they're still kind of low level. I guess I probably should have done this before Erica, but whatever. I feel like doing the gym fight first was the better play. Glad I bought a paralyzed heal. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it yet. I know I talked about the level cap still being 35 for this. But I don't remember if I mentioned it in the intro about what it's going to go up to when we go to fight Gary in Lavender Tower. So it doesn't go up by much, but it is notable. So it's going to go from 35 to 38. Honestly, I could probably just two-shot this with Water Pulse. And going from 35 to 38 is notable because all of these middle evos, like War Turtle and even the Charmeleon that I have, and Grovyle, they all evolve at 36, right? As do most starters, except for Alligator and Venusaur. Ooh, that does kind of a lot. I don't really want this thing to get KO'd here. Let's go Kingler and like mud shot it, because the special attacks I have won't do anything. He's gonna toss me, but only does 26 damage, because that's what level he is. So even though this fight against Giovanni is gonna be a little shicey, only having these middle Evo mons, once we get past Giovanni, you know, we're gonna be able to have a Charizard, and we're gonna go absolutely dominate Gary. You already know how it is. All right, let me potion up and get that paralyzed healed up too. And I gotta pay attention, make sure I don't get up to level 36 here. But again, I don't even think there's enough trainers. Maybe if I fought all of them, but also hopefully these hyper potions are enough. I could go through them quickly. What is this? Frustration? Actually, not bad. Oh yeah, I bought Brick Break and didn't even look. I know Kingler can get this. Who else can get it? Never mind, Kingler doesn't get it. I thought Kingler learned Brick Break. Am I tripping? I know Kingler learned Superpower in later gens, but I thought he got Brick Break too. Honestly, my Feraligator's modest, and War Turtle's bold. Neither one of them really could benefit from this, but I guess I think War Turtle has an extra spot. Let me see what his set is. Yeah, he's got Rapid Spin. There's really no point in having that. Let's put Brick Break on here. Okay. Yeah, and then Shockwave, Rock Tomb, Giga Drain. I still have all the TMs and Water Pulse. All 4 of the TMs from the gym leaders I haven't used yet. I'm just trying to think who would be best suited for those. Although, oh, Black Glasses. I actually, it's the first held item I've found this whole time. We can slap those on Gator because I do have Crunch. That'll help a little bit. And oddly enough, like, Crunch is Gator's best attack, and Ice Punch is second best because bro still only has Water Gun. Like, this is pathetic. And Water Gun, even though it gets a 1.5x multiplier for being, you know, same type attack bonus, it's a stab attack. You know, 40 times 1.5 is only 60. So if it's a neutral hit and, you know, it's not super effective, 60 base power is weaker than 75 Ice Punch and 80 on Crunch. So it's kind of funny. I probably should give Gator Water Pulse. But I mean, as soon as I get Surf, that's going on over Water Pulse. So I wouldn't even have this for very long, but Water Gun's so ass. I kind of have to do this. Let's be real here. That just does no damage. Alright. Now we're good to go. Let's go find this lift key here, so that I can access the elevator and get to Giovanni's room. This is not it, of course. It's the next room up above here. We gotta fight this guy for it. Oh yeah. Something down here though. Snatch? It's like one of the worst TMs of all time. Alright. Let's get the lift key off this idiot. And then I guess there's only 2 more trainers, huh? Before Giovanni. The 2 trainers that block that locked door. That's really all I gotta get through here. See if we can Oko Coughing with a pulse. Almost. Bro goes for Smokescreen, which is really annoying. But doesn't matter because we ain't gonna miss the bite. Easy money. Alright, what else you got though? Oh, Wheezing. That's actually a problem. How much does Pulse do if I can connect one? I do connect it. Give me the confusion for no reason right now. Okay. Maybe the luck is on my side today. Because, dude... Oh, not the screen again. Alright. We've been having some awful luck against the gym leaders. And it's been pretty tough. Let me go to Kingler because of all those accuracy drops there. Although I just remember Wheezing has Levitate, I can't even mudshot it. But that's fine. we'll stomp him like 12 times for the KO. It's actually not bad. If he hits himself in confusion, we'll kill him next turn. Okay. Clean fight, man. Clean fight. Not bad. You gotta love it when the AI decides to just go for smokescreen instead of doing damage. We'll take it. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Oh no! Drop the key. I'll be taking that, buddy. Thank you very much. Yeah, those two trainers that are blocking the door there. Let's grab this rare candy. And then we'll grab all the other items in this other room here as we make our way towards... I'm not going to fight that guy, though. There's no point. As we make our way towards the elevator here. Okay, that's still a moonstone. I don't remember what that was originally. Isn't this like another TM? There's like a couple of them in here. Yeah, it's taunt. Okay. Then we go this way. That way. Boom, boom. Easy money, man. I know there's another item over there, but actually, I'll go ahead and grab it. Why not? Super potion. Okay. Might actually need that. Alright, let's go back around the loop here. Easy money, man. I've done that puzzle so many damn times. It's permanently engraved in my brain. I think there's an item up here, right? Yeah, okay, it's all the way in the corner. Should we fight these guys? I'm tripping about being over leveled. We still got one more level to play with the War Turtle, and then we'll just switch it up. But I know those trainers blocking the door have like Ekans Arbok and Sandshrew, Sandslash. So War Turtle is going to be perfect for beating up those Sandshrews, but I'll probably be pretty close to 35 after this fight. Maybe I should just bob and weave the other guy back by the stairs. It's not really worth it. Cacnea. We got an Ice Beam or Icy Wind. I wish it was Ice Beam. Okay. Honestly surprised that O-code, but it's because it was a crit. Because that's probably not strong enough to O-code Cacnea. And a Baltoy? Pulse the Baltoy. I'm pretty sure this will O-code. Alright, not bad. Yep. That's pretty cool to see Team Rocket have like Houndour, Cacnea, and Baltoy. All three of those make sense. Alright. Let's dodge the other guy here and just go on the elevator. I like seeing the evil teams have like, you know, more diversity on their team. It's cool. Because, you know, Team Rocket fights got kind of old. They always have Rattatas and Zubats. It gets tiring fighting those after a while, you know. It's cool to see it switched up a little bit. Calcium? It's actually not bad. I can use that, but first let's fight these guys, and then after this, as Giovanni's right through the door, I'm just going to, you know, top everybody off at 35. Because I might need the extra level or two on the team here. Alright. Easy money with the pulse here. This should do the job, but it probably won't O-code a Sandslash, though. And then the other guy normally has, like, the opposite team, right? Yeah, see, this guy has Sandshrew, Sandslash with an Ekans. And then the other guy has Ekans Arbok with a Sandshrew. Wow, that actually O-codes? Damn, War Turtle. Okay. I see you, buddy. Alright, there's 35, so we're not going to be able to use him. Well, I can. I just can't let him get to 36. Oh. You switched it up, huh? Well, this thing doesn't have Intimidate, so let's see how much Brick Break does. This is a Hyper Cutter Mawile. Clean two-shot, man. Not bad. Alright, I'm going to switch my lead, though, for the other grunt. It's kind of annoying having it, you know, War Turtle this close to being a Stoice and just not being able to evolve it. Because I mean, I see why they did 35. It would make not only this fight too easy, but even Erica as well, right? Because I could have had a Charizard against Erica, but that would have been way too easy. Let's go with Kingler here because he's got the Mud Shot. And assuming this is going to be Ekans Arbok, but I don't know. Based off the first guy having a Mawile, this could be anything. Okay. Imagine that there's megas in this game and I just have no idea. Because we haven't seen one yet. But imagine like Giovanni has a Mawile and it just mega evolves in my face. Actually, he's probably going to have a Kangaskhan. I think in this fight, Giovanni normally has Kangaskhan, right? If not, he has it in Silph at Saffron. I am at -1, but it is just a Sableye. Mudshot probably 2-shots him. Oh, that was a crit. That's why. Okay. Not bad, but then when the snake comes out next, I'm gonna get intimidated again, so it's not great. But Kingler can take at least one hit, so I'm gonna Mudshot it, slow it down, and then I'll switch to something else, finish it off. Unless it does half, but at -2, I would be surprised if this did close to half. It should probably only do like 40% maybe. Yeah. We get the speed drop depending upon how much he does. I guess he's only got bite. Oh, I'm gonna stomp flinch it to death then. Well, I only need to stomp once. We can KO it with Mudshot from here, but let's try to get a flinch, because why not? Nice. Good job, Kingler. Alright. Hit a couple of rare candies real quick, and then we're gonna get in there. Well, I guess I'm going to get in there first. We're just going to kind of stare at Giovanni from across the desk. And I'm going to start cramming rare candies down my Pokemon's throat. And Buddy gets to watch the whole thing. Alright, where they at, though? All the way up top. I do also need to hit a potion real quick on Kingler. Alright. I always got to move the thing and then move it back, because even though it is pretty clear to see here, like, who's lit up with the light blue box, but in, like, Emerald Rogue and stuff, it's kind of hard to tell, and I do be misclicking a lot. Which normally doesn't matter in, like, other games, but here it's important, because if I rare candy a Pokemon at 35, and they hit 36, then I can't let them see the battlefield. Really, I would run back to the Pokemon Center and deposit them, but it won't matter, because I'm going to lock in right here. Make sure I don't overlevel. Agility for Grovyle I don't really need, but what is Grovyle's set right now? I know it's pretty bad. Quick attack. Well, Leaf Blade is the only good attack, but is there ever a point to even click Absorb? I guess. That situational, it could work. And Sceptile's so damn fast that I probably don't need agility. Alright, let's do this. Get Gator to 35. Learn Hydro Pump for no reason. Damn. And then Venusaur, and we're good to go. I'm about to just lead off with Kingler and see how much mileage I can get off that thing. Why not? 401 rare candies, so I've used 99 rare candies between last episode and right now. That's crazy. Alright, let's do it. Let's see what Giovanni's got. Alright, man. I don't really care what you have to say, Giovanni. We've all read that dialogue many, many times, man. This is a Nuzlocke, not a casual playthrough, so we're just speed running it. Trying to see if we can dominate everybody. Alright, his Rhyhorn's only at 29, but apparently his ace is at 35. Kind of curious if the 4x bubble would do more than a 2x super effective Mudshot. Based on, you know, Rhydon's defense versus special defense. Obviously, Kingler's special attack is atrocious. But because this is 4 times super effective and stab, it's still enough to 2-shot. It's pretty funny. Alright, what else do you got? Persian? Okay. Try to Mudshot this to slow it down. Persian's super, super fast, so we gotta get a speed drop here. I wasn't looking at how much HP I had before. That looked like it was really close to a 2-shot. I did not see the number. I could also just try to flinch it, I guess. Let me see if I can get one. I do. Nice. What? What is this? Starfberry special attack. Well, that doesn't help your double edge, and I'm still faster, so goodbye. Oh, that was his ace, 35. Okay. Why would that boost his special attack? He does have a Kangaskhan, okay. I feel like I could live a hit. I gotta slow Kangaskhan down. Oh, I'm faster. I didn't expect that. This thing is so damn bulky. Shadow Ball. I can live that because Kingler has good Fizz Def. That didn't do shit. But a normal attack would KO me from here. So let's go War Turtle because I have Brick Break. might be a 2-shot, maybe. And because I slowed it down too, War Turtle will, well not will, but should be faster. Shadow Ball dropping special defense is funny because it's actually a physical attack. So that is not combo, buddy. That's not quite enough. But it's still stronger than Water Pulse, so I'm going to do it again. If I get a high roll, it'll get it, but yeah, no. I might get KO'd to that. No! Damn it. Well, he dies to recoil, so that's good, but we just lost War Turtle. That sucks. War Turtle's a cool guy. Let's go Venusaur. Why not? I hope it's another ground type here. Vibrava. Interesting. Well, it's not a ground... It is a ground type, but it's also dragon. Let's put it to sleep. I'm faster. Shice. I did not think I'd be faster than a Vibrava, but okay. Speaking of, we'll be able to get a Vibrava soon. Well, I could have had one for this fight, because I'm pretty sure Trapinch evolves into Vibrava at 35, which was the level cap, but I guess that's what's going to replace War Turtle when... It's going for Dig. I could tank that. I don't really have anybody else to tank it, so let's just stay in. And we'll KO him next turn. It's not going to do that much anyway. Well, actually, once we finish this too and extend the level cap to 38, I'm going to pull out Charmeleon and turn that thing into a Zard. He's got a Kingler too. That's going to get smoked by a Razor Leaf. And maybe... How did you live that? Is this Assault Vest? That's not even an item in this game, but it could be. You never know. There's a lot of Gen 3 hacks with Gen 4 items. Going for Endure. Alright, you want to play that game? I'm going to Poison Powder your ass. If you're just going to sit here and spam Endure. I got something for you, buddy. We connect it too. Don't have a Lumberry. Alright, cool. He doesn't have a Lumberry. This is going to do a lot. Okay, never mind. That didn't do much. Alright, and then he's down to his last Mon here, so... I'm probably going to have to switch out Venusaur, but at least we get to see who the Mon is first. That works out good. Nidoqueen, Nidoking? It's a Mightyena. Honestly, would KO Venusaur from there. So let's not sack this thing. I don't need to be doing that. Grovyle could easily 2-shot with Leaf Blade. But switching in, like Grovyle and Electabuzz is kind of sketch. These guys got bad defenses. Gator doesn't have the best defense either. 69 special defense on Buzz. 54 on Grovyle is horrible. 65 on Gator. With a modest nature. Oddly enough, Electabuzz is naive, which lowers his special defense, but he's still got 69. So I guess I'll go Buzz. I don't know if I get like any of these guys get 2-shot by Crunch though. Iron, okay, that's gonna do 0 damage. Why do you have Iron Tail? Easy 2-hit KO with T-Bolt here. I was just worried about getting 2-shot by Crunch. Like once on the switch in and once on this turn here. That's not gonna do nothing either. Alright. That's actually kind of a cool set. You know, it's a pretty interesting set here on Mightyena, but at the end of the day, Buzz gets the job done. We do lose a Mon. We lost War Turtle, which sucks. Because again, if I could have just one more level to a Blastoise, I wouldn't have died. I'd have been a lot tankier. Alright. And we will be seeing that scrub again. But for now, we got the scope. So we're good to climb the tower and save Mr. Fuji. But first, we juice up the team. We're going to destroy Gary. Let's go back this way. I don't remember if there was an item over... No, that was the other floor with the rare candy. Maybe there's an item on basement floor 1. This way we do have to... There is a trainer fighter too, actually, huh? Whatever. The level cap's now 38, so I can go ahead and fight these guys. Let's throw Gator in front. I guess I should probably potion just to be safe. I mean, you know, this could be a waste of a potion if Venusaur and Kingler don't hit the field, but... Again, might as well. Sucks we lost War Turtle. That's a homie right there, but... It is what it is, man. You know what? I'm actually about to evolve Grovyle right now. I'm not going to go all the way to 38, just in case we fight other trainers, but... At least let me get a Sceptile here. We're going to start Oko and stuff with Leaf Blade. And then I'm going to have to update the sprite here. Which I don't even think I have it. I'm probably going to have to download it here. But now this thing is a hell of a lot stronger than it was. Even though Grovyle is cool, but... Yeah, I didn't have the sprite yet. Okay. Thunder Punch? Oh, hell yeah. I was not expecting to get that. Well, Pursuit's so bad anyway. They're both horrible. Pursuit and Absorb. Like, why would I click this, right? Even if this is super effective, you're talking about going from 40. You're doubling the damage from 40 to 80. But at the end of the day, Leaf Blade is 90 power. Plus Stab is you're adding 45 power. So really, it's 135 base power on Leaf Blade. Like, it's still always going to be better than Pursuit. I don't think I need Pursuit. You know what I mean? Like, even clicking that against Psychic types or Ghost for super effective damage. Just go for Leaf Blade, man. It's stronger. Wait, Thunder Punch was actually crazy. I was not expecting to get that. You know what? Let's test it out here. What's your special attack at, too? Where did this go? Over 100. Oh. We're about to fry some trainers here with Sceptile. Let me adjust the sprite while we're loading into the battle, though. That was sick. I was not expecting T-Punch. What do you got, a Grimer? Grimer actually has pretty good Spadef. And threatens me. And walls Leaf Blade. Alright, well, let me see if I can two-shot it, but... Imagine I just get fried by a Sludge Bomb right here. That would be tragic. Alright. Whatever, you're gonna be doing this stupid shit. Okay. Although that is annoying, I might miss. Well, let's go for Quick Attack if we hit it. You know what? I feel like Quick Attack should be like Swift and Shockwave. Like, you know, have a... Not 100% accuracy, but have like a can't miss accuracy thing. I don't know why, but I feel like Quick Attack should. And maybe even like Aqua Jet, Mach Punch, like, you know, all priority moves. I mean, I understand why they gave him 100 accuracy, but I've always felt like they should just be perfectly accurate. Yeah, okay, this was pointless to run through here. It was just 2 trainer fights. I did not need to do this. Well, the question now becomes, do we lead with Sceptile? Assuming Gary might still lead with a Gyarados like he normally does. Or no. No, he leads with his flying type, right? I mean, I could still do Sceptile with, now that I have Thunder Punch, but of course, Sceptile is weak to flying, so I'll probably lead off just with Buzz for that fight. Drill? Damn, everybody that just walls Leaf Blade, huh? And Drill actually might have Sludge Bomb for no reason. Well, let's go Buzz and just Oko it with Psychic. See what he hits me up with, though. Again, they're just not attacking. For show. Interesting, you know, game plan there. Oh, that's a dead bee now. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I was really hoping I can go through this whole episode without losing anybody, because we're not even fighting a gym leader, but... We already lost War Turtle, and things are going to get weird against Gary. Guy always messes up my team. Alright, so let's go deposit War Turtle. Bury him in the graveyard, and then, we're getting Zard, though, so we're good, we're good. And then who else do we bring against Gary? I kind of want to bring this Vibrava. Maybe over Kingler. Oh yeah, and War Turtle, right? Because it's got to go over here. Metang doesn't have any moves yet, but this thing will be very good against Koga. Especially because level cap for Koga is 50. So this will be a Metagross at that point. We could bring Dougie. What does Dougie even have here? Naive Nature is not bad, and it has Magnitude Dig. I think I'm going to bring Doug. Well, I'm going to have Vibrava, but... if we have Sceptile, maybe we don't need Venusaur. I don't know. I'm trying to think who he has. So we know he has Jinx as his starter, and then he also has a Kadabra. Like he still had the Abracadabra thing going on. I think this is fine. I'm gonna bench Venusaur because there's just way too many Psychic types in this fight. So let's do the thing with the sprites again. I don't think I even have Doug Trio. But you know what? Let me get all the way over there before I evolve these mons, because we might bump into a trainer. Actually, that wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. There's no trainer that would give me that much experience where I would actually grow a level from 38 to 39. So we're going all the way to 38 right now with everybody. See if anybody gets like a cool move. But probably not. Oh, and I gotta change the thing to 38 too. Let's do this. Level cap is 30. I should pay attention to the game though, but I'm not even looking at the screen. Alright. So 38. Okay, that was only 37 for Douglas. Alright. Oh, we're getting Slash. Oh, why would I ever not click a ground move, I guess. Way better than Fury Swipes, though. And barring any flying types, I do also have, well, no, I don't have Rock Slide. It's not a TM. We'd have to go back into Rock Tunnel. But I would never waste it on Doug, because bro's going to get one-shot by everything in the game. So there's no way he's going to last all the way to the Elite Four. It's just not possible. Alright, let me start to download some of these as we watch, like, the evolution screen. Let me get Charizard. Whoops. Save image. Why is it not popping up? Oh, now it popped up. Okay. That was really weird. It was like a delayed reaction. Alright. We got Zard. Zard's trying to learn Wing Attack, which is perfect. Although, I have the TM for Aerial Ace, so maybe... But we don't need Scary Face. I don't really need Dragon Breath either, but Dragon Breath does get Paras. So I'll probably leave that on there. And if I didn't give Zard Ace, like who else would I give Aerial Ace to, you know? It's actually not a bad play. Let's swap Zard into over where Kingler is here. And then, I don't think I have Doug Trio Sprite either. Okay, I gotta be careful not to give Zard another rare candy. I want to use this thing in a fight. We still haven't, like, really used it. Doug. And this is about to evolve into Vibrava at 35. So we're gonna grab this one too. There it is. Okay. Let's put Dougie Fresh over Venusaur here. And then, oh, War Turtle, that's right. That'll be where Vibrava goes. Okay, I think I'm good. Dragon Breath, we'll take it. Perfect. This little Trapinch here was actually the one who clutched the fight against, I don't need Sand Attack. Trapinch was the one who clutched the fight and ended up dealing the final blow against Lieutenant Surge. That was so epic. Bro almost died to like a hidden power. I think it was. Alright. Let's finish this off here. It's only going to take a second. And see what I mean? Like how long this is taking. This is why I didn't do the 100 rare candies, you know, on recording. So that's why I do that stuff offline. Like even today, right? We're going to finish at 38, maybe 39 or 40 if they grow some levels in the tower. But then Koga's 50. Like, you know, that's going to be a whole bunch of rare candies again. I'm going to have to do that offline. I'll put everybody at like 47 before I start next episode. Because there's quite a few trainers before we get all the way down to Fuchsia, right? Slash on Gator? Probably not, because I kind of like agility. I got 3 special attacks plus agility. I think I'm going to keep that. Slash is normal type, so it's just not, that good. But yeah, so not only these 6 mons here in the party, but everybody else in the box is going to have to get elevated to like 47. And then once we get all the way down to Fuchsia and we're ready to fight Koga, then, you know, top everybody off at 50 and get after it, but can't do it before that. Alright. 2 more for Sceptile and we're good to go. And then just before I run over there, I'm going to like double check the sprites above my head here. It's hard for me to multitask and keep all this stuff accurate. I think I was doing it while we were going, so we should be good. Sceptile, Buzz, Gator, Vibrava. Yeah, and Dugzard. Okay. Honestly, probably just going to lead with Buzz. Because the only mons I know he has is a Golbat, an Abra, a Jinx. And he had one other mon. The previous 2 times we fought him at the Nugget Bridge and on the SSN. But either way, Buzz is probably the best lead. I can hit like all those guys super effectively because Buzz has an insane moveset in this game. Let's take the shortcut here through Saffron. And again, besides going in the Psychic's house for the TM, I haven't talked to anybody in Saffron or anybody in Celadon. So I might do that in between episodes because that's probably like 50 NPCs to talk to. And the odds of one of them giving me a, I want to make sure I don't get sniped by the biker. The odds of like even one of them giving me a held item or something is like slim to none, but you never know. Which is kind of why I want to do it on recording. We already fought these double battle duo, by the way. I led with a Swellow, a Gut Swellow, and a Ninetales with Will-O-Wisp, and I burnt myself before fighting Erica. Then we also had to fight this guy to get over there, but... Alright, let's do this, man. Hopefully his team's not too crazy, but... I mean, at this point now we got fully evolved mons, so we should be good to go, but... Who knows? Just gotta full send it, see what happens. What's up, boss? Hey, dude, what brings you here? Revenge. For KOing my Pikachu, my Combuskin, and my Weeping Bell, bro. I beat you down right now, Gary. Golbat. Okay, he has 5 mons, though. He doesn't even have a full team of 6. I feel like T-Bolt should OHKO. I'd be surprised if this thing lived, but it did last time on the SSN. Well, because I didn't have T-Bolt. I only had Thunder Punch at that point. Alright. Not bad. Well, what's his answer for Buzz? It's a Flaffy Taffy. Interesting. Honestly, though, probably 2-shot it with Psychic, and what exactly would you do to me as a Flaffy? The annoying thing is I can't actually get T-Wave because it's Gen 3. I got the Spidef drop, which is lucky because that's like barely 50%. And he goes for Cotton Spore. Honestly, I'm going to stay in and take this thing out, and then we'll switch if I need to. That's pathetic that I'm still faster after a Cotton Spore. But that would have been like a 50-50 to kill there if I didn't get the Spidef drop, because it would have depended on the roll, you know. Oh, it's a Houndoom. This is something I can't really touch with Buzz. Maybe we let Douglas get in the action, right? If we can outspeed a Doom. Let's try it. We gotta let Doug get some action here. Wow. That might have been a bad idea. Okay, I live. Nice. Now, did we roll the dice with the magnitude? I think I do. Because I'm like that. And we're going to get a magnitude 9 and OHKO this guy right now. 8. Oh, that's still OHKO's. Nice. Imagine if I said that and then pulled a magnitude 4 and did like 10%. That would have been tragic. But Doug actually gets his first kill of the playthrough. Although, this might be it for bro. I don't know. Oh wait, it's just Jinx and Kadabra at this point. We know what the last two are. So we added a Houndoom to his team. That's kind of shies, actually. Oh, Jinx is a problem, bro. No matter who I go into. I mean, I guess Zard could fry this thing, right? But I also don't really want to switch into a Psychic. It should be an Ice Punch here, but you never know. Gary is kind of a dumbass. So I think it's time to let Doug go. Although this thing would be good for Blaine and his Fire-type gym. I just don't like the idea of hard switching into Zard because this thing has like Lovely Kiss. It's going to put me to sleep, confuse me. It's got all the kisses over here. This should be an Ice Punch though. Like I could go Gator. But see, like switching into a Psychic would just be awful. I really want to switch, man, but I don't want to lose Doug right here. Why would you not Ice Punch, right? Why would you ever click Psychic? Something's telling me this Jinx is going to go for Psychic, though. So I'm going to stay in. We pull back-to-back Magnitude 8s. That might actually Oko Jinx, maybe? Jinx has... Okay, never mind. It was Ice Beam. I could have just went Zard. Damn. That's okay. We go Zard, we barbecue it with a Flamethrower, and then hopefully it's just a Kadabra in the back, and I can wing attack that. If not, if it is a Zam... I mean, I could still two-shot with wing attack, but... Alright, Zard outspeeds Jinx, which is big. I didn't even know if... You know, depending on how many EVs Gary had on this thing, it could... Probably should be faster. Because my Zard has a little bit of EVs from training it up in between episodes. Because I don't use, like, all the rare candies. I do, like, a little bit of grinding, which makes it take even longer. I just use the rare candies to finish off the last few levels. So the Zard has a little bit of EVs, but really not much. So I'm kind of surprised it outsped Jinx. But anyway, we wing attack Kadabra. Absolutely destroy that thing. And, yeah, Gary's an absolute potato. We send him packing again. He's trying to talk about his Pokédex. You know, I really could care less, Gary. I don't remember asking, bro. Smell you later is right. We'll see you, buddy. I didn't lose anybody, right? Oh, no, I did sack the Doug. I should have saved that for Blaine. But that's the thing, bro. Hard switching around on a Jinx is... Especially if Zard was slower. That was... Mainly the reason I didn't do it is because I thought Zard was slower, and then I would give Jinx 2 chances to hit Zard before getting that Flamethrower off. Shit. I should not have wasted Doug. Having that ground type for Blaine would have been good. I guess at the end of the day, I could go in there with an army of water types. I could always get Eevee and turn it into a Vaporeon, which... It's not a bad idea. Whoops. I always bump that button, man. In FireRed Leaf Green, of course, if you hit L and R, which I'm playing with a PlayStation 4 controller, so I bump it a lot when it hits my leg, but if you hit that, it brings up like the help menu, which was kind of weird. This was like one of the only Pokemon games that even had that feature. But that's because there was like a L and R bumper on the Game Boy Advance SP. Alright, we got to deposit Doug. Sorry, buddy. I downloaded that whole sprite just to, you know, have it there for like 3 minutes. And I guess I'll just pull Altaria out. Doesn't really matter. We're not going to need anybody else. Gator can go in front and just like crunch everything. All these ghost types here. So that's fine. And the rest of the trainers in there should be lower level. Gary was just high level because he's obviously a notable like rival fight, you know. So we should be good here. And I can actually, now that I'm at this part of the game too, I can actually EV train for special attack by beating up all these Ghastlies here. But we'll go with Gator. Gator's got the black glasses. And let's just make our way up here. It's just under 1 hour on the recording, so it's actually not too bad. I'm still thinking about, like, should I go talk to a bunch of NPCs? Oh, they actually... It's not just all Ghastlies in here, that's right. I should have assumed that. I don't know. I think normally talking to NPCs in like a regular playthrough where I'm reading the dialogue like makes sense in my head, but in a game like this where I'm I'm just gonna mash through the text anyway. I don't know, maybe I'll think of something to talk about, but there doesn't appear to be anybody in the Twitch chat talking to me, so I just gotta sit here and pretend and commentate this whole video as, you know, for somebody that does see it in the future on YouTube, because that will get some views in time. It might take years, but it'll happen. But these are like the perfect kind of games to chop it up with the live chat, you know, if I had one. I mean, I am live right now on Twitch, but ain't nobody ever pulls up. Although I can't say that. I do got a couple homies that have been pretty good about hanging out lately. And to celebrate that, I think I might do a playthrough of Platinum. I haven't played through Sinnoh in a very long time, actually since like BDSP came out, whenever that was. I did buy that for the Switch and I played through it, but honestly it's been since then, and I like Sinnoh better as Gen 4 anyway. I didn't like the art style of BDSP. So I think that's gonna be my next playthrough after I wind down Pokemon Unbound this weekend. I'm gonna become the new champion of the Boreas region and beat the Elite Four this weekend in Unbound. However, I'll still probably do another episode or two to check out the post game, because I'm sure there's some legendaries to go catch. I'm sure, well, I know for a fact there's a Battle Frontier. I just didn't go in it yet. I also kind of want to check that out. But that playthrough is reaching its end in Pokemon Unbound, so I'm gonna need another playthrough to do. And I think I'm going to go through Sinnoh next. What I really want to do is a door randomizer. Or like a map randomizer type thing. I watch Chrism and Shenanigans. You know, they play through those like co-op. And I watch those on YouTube all the time. I think a map randomizer is pretty sick. I've never tried one. Just like I've never tried a Nuzlocke before in my life. I've never done a map rando either. And I think those look super sick. So I'm going to look into trying to do that in Sinnoh. But if it's too hard to figure out, I guess I'll just, you know, I'll probably do it in Emerald again. I might as well take this out for the EVs. I guess I should put spray a repel. We'll just get levels off the trainers. And you know what? Dude, stop bumping the button. I think I'm going to switch the level cap to 50, because technically that is what it is now. Unless I'm missing something, right? Because the next step is just to go down to Fuchsia and fight Koga. Which from what I read when I looked it up, it said 50. Because honestly, I'm not going to come back to Silph in Saffron. I'm not going to come back and do that Gary fight and Giovanni again until after Koga. So yeah, that's... And those are... I did look those up too. So those are 53. And also Sabrina is 53, but for now I'm actually going to go ahead and change it to 50. Where is this here? 50. And we'll leave it like that for the rest of the episode. But you know, we don't need to rip rare candies all the way to 47 right now, because these trainers are not that strong here. I'll just do that in between the two recordings. I don't know when I'm going to stream this again. Maybe on Sunday. At the time of recording this right now, it's only Wednesday, but my plan for the next 2 days, honestly, is just to stream Mystery Dungeon back to back. I'm super into that game right now. I don't know why. It's weird because, you know, you are the Pokemon. I mean, anybody watching this probably knows what Mystery Dungeon is, but I never played any Pokemon spin-offs growing up. I only ever played the main series games. So I was not familiar with Mystery Dungeon's game, but I gotta admit, after watching Picaspery play that, and of course, I've been watching all his Purity Forest attempts too. I don't know what it is about Mystery Dungeon, but I'm super into that game. I'm having a lot of fun playing it, and just learning like the subtle nuances and how different it is from a regular Pokemon game. It's a fairly straightforward, simple game, but it's just so different, and there's a lot of ways that, you know, you can get KO'd in that game. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you're watching this on YouTube, I have a playlist on my channel for Mystery Dungeon, so go check it out. But I think I'm going to stream that Thursday night and Friday night because it's just super fun. I'm really into that game, man. I don't know what it is about it. It's kind of addicting. And then on Saturday, now that we finally beat Emerald Rogue on the 4th attempt, I'm gonna hit another juicer on Saturday of Rogue. But now we got national decks, we got battle gimmicks, so I'm gonna do some of that stuff. You actually have a Gengar? That's crazy. Imagine if this thing has T-Bolt. By the way, I was gonna say my Dugtrio got healed, but I actually deposited it. I just never switched the sprite. Classic. Let me change this back to Altaria real quick. Okay. I forgot about that. I would live a T-Bolt anyway because it's not stab. Okay. We just OHKO him with crunch anyway. That was intense. I was not expecting to see a Gengar right there. See, this is why I need people in the Twitch chat, man. They gotta remind me to change the sprites after Mons get KO'd. I'm doing my best, man, to try to do it on my own, but I gotta look over at this other screen and then remember when somebody gets KO'd. A Clops? That's super annoying. Probably gonna take like 4 crunches to get rid of this guy. Nah, I'm kidding. It should be a 2-shot, but Clops is insanely bulky. But thankfully, there is probably no Eviolite in this game, or else that would have been a 3-shot, almost a 4-shot. Again, I'm saying that I don't actually know what kind of hold items are in here. I'm assuming it's still just the Gen 3 hold items. Well, all I've seen is the black glasses, but... do I need a Potion Gator, by the way? Nah. I kind of want to switch up, though, and... Well, let's use Zard for a little bit. Rip some flamethrowers. And then I'm about to put Sceptile in front to Leaf Blade this Marowak once I get there. This is the last trainer. She just got a Banette. Hopefully it's not Mega. I'm pretty sure, again, there's no Megas in this, but if there is, we'll find out when the time comes against the Elite Four, and I will, I'll lose them on for sure. The reason I'm thinking about Megas, though, is because I am playing through Pokemon Unbound right now, and I'm finding a whole bunch of Mega Stones in that game, and it also, you know, it's based off the FireRed Leaf Green engine, so the graphics are similar. Oh, another rare candy. Nice. I could really use one of those. Thanks, game. Alright. Let's fry this puppet. Won't get me a level, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna use rare candies in between episodes. Dude. That's really annoying. I wish you could disable that. I don't know if you can, actually. I don't know why I went in the bag. It'd be in the options. Help. I don't want help, bro. LR, L equals A. Does any of this even matter? Let's go with LR. Okay, maybe it is disabled. Oh, now I can use L and R to go around this, like in order. Alright, my bad, man. My bad. I feel like anybody watching that, like, you're into the action, all of a sudden just, like, for no reason, like a bright blue screen. That was a little OD. And I did it like 3 times in this episode. I keep bumping against my leg. But hopefully it's gone now. I'm gonna test it right now. But it should be. Okay. Thankfully we won't have to see the blue flash anymore this whole playthrough. Let's go for a Leaf Blade and absolutely destroy this Marowak. Easy money. Alright. 3 more trainers between us and Mr. Fuji. Wait a minute. I completely forgot I was playing a Nuzlocke. Again, first time. I'm not used to it. I definitely ran into multiple Pokemon here. Obviously, we can only catch the first one we run into, but no Lavender Tower encounter for us. Nice. Okay. Moving on. Completely did not even think about that. I'm gonna let Buzz sweep all these guys. That's unfortunate. What was the first encounter? I think it was actually a Duskull. Because I was talking about EV training off of off all the Ghastlies in here. But I think the first thing that popped up was actually a Duskull, if I remember right. Yeah, I think we saw a few different wild mons, but anyway, Clops is kind of ass. I probably wouldn't use it anyway. But that is a thing. Other places that I think I passed up on the encounters was just Route 10 up by the power plant, and like the you know, that part of Rock Tunnel, and then just Cerulean, because you can surf in Cerulean. There might have even been a patch. There's been a patch of grass in like every city so far, but not. I mean, I don't know. I didn't even look around Cerulean. I didn't notice one though. But it was kind of weird. Like in Pewter City, there was grass. There was also in Cerulean, and actually in Vermilion too. It was intense. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. Level 50 level cap. That's intense, dude. I just know the second half of this game is gonna be crazy. Although I feel like it should be easier, if anything. The beginning was harder because I didn't have good movesets. I had baby Pokemon with just trash movesets. Now that the Mons are fully evolved and they have actual attacks, like, dude, Grovyle, I don't even know how I kept that thing so long. Bro had Absorb and Bullet Seed. That was it. I couldn't do any damage. But now that we have Leaf Blade, Sceptile's a massive threat, and it just learned Thunder Punch too, which was cracked. Shoutouts to the gift Pokemon, the static encounters in this game, all these starters. I don't know where I'd be without them. It'd be so much harder. Be running around with Eradicate and a Swellow, you know? Alright, last guy here. He says you're not saving anyone, kid. Oh yeah? What do you got on your team to defend that? Let's see. 4 Pokemon. A freaking Rattata at 26. Should already be Eradicate, but anyway. Just Fire Punch it, who cares? Let's see what else he's got here. And now we're still... It still hasn't been that long in the recording. I guess at least I'll go grab Eevee back in Celadon. I usually, whenever I play through Kanto, by the way, I usually go down the cycling road as the first way that I get to Fuchsia. Just because it's quicker, you know, you can bob and weave all the trainers on your bike. But I know the other route straight down from Lavender where I am, there's a whole bunch of trainers that route. So I probably won't go that way again. I'm just gonna go the way I always go, which is down Cycling Road. We will still probably fight a couple scrubs there, but I'm not trying to fight everybody. It just takes too long. That's the whole purpose of like doing the rare candy thing. It's just a time saver, really. All right, what up, Fuji? You came to save me. Indeed, I did. But I forgot to grab my encounter because I'm not used to playing a Nuzlocke. Alright. Give me that Pokeflute. There we go, baby. Perfect. Now we can wake up Lax. I gotta make sure I catch one of these 2 Laxes, by the way. That's a very good Pokemon. And if I gave Snorlax, I'm gonna see if there's any patch of grass over here. No. Interesting. But if I give Snorlax Shadow Ball, bro would be a problem against Agatha in the Elite Four. Because, of course, she's the Ghost type trainer of the Elite Four, and Snorlax doesn't take any damage from Ghost attacks, being a normal type. And I could hit super effectively with just spamming Shadow Balls everywhere. Let's first go back and grab the Eevee. Also, is there like randomly a patch of grass here in Saffron? I'd be surprised. We can get a Hitmonlee though. Wait, why are you standing out here? This guy's normally not standing here. Is he about to give me a Tyrogue, I feel like? I'm gonna save. This guy's normally not standing out here. And also, why is there a house in the corner? That's not normally there. He did give me a Tyrogue, that's funny. So I wonder if I still get the gift Pokemon. What is this? Am I tripping, or is this not normally here in vanilla? But there's no door, so it doesn't really matter. I do not think that is normally there. Interesting. Oh no, not the fan club. We don't go in there. That's like an anime convention. We're not going in the fan club. Let's check out this Tyrogue though, and then I'll go grab Eevee as well. Depending on what the Eevee is, we'll kind of determine where we go with the evolution. I was gonna say, let me make sure Bro didn't end up in the graveyard. By the way, we get an Impish Tyrogue, which is not bad. But unfortunately, that means it's probably going to evolve into Hitmonchan, which is trash. Hitmonlee's way better. Yeah, he's only got Tackle. Well, he does. Actually, he has higher attack right now than defense. So if it evolved right now, it would become a Hitmonlee. I don't even know what level this thing evolves at. Wouldn't it be like 20 by 25? So if I give it one rare candy, it might evolve. I just assumed because it was Impish that it would have like a higher defense stat. But it still has a higher attack stat, which is lit, because I would much rather have Hitmonlee than Hitmonchan. Alright, well that's cool. We'll play around with that later when we have to, but for now, let's go check out this Eevee as well. And also, I'm going to put Eevee in my party and then, like, try to use the Sunstone. Like, I'm not actually going to use it, but I want to see if I can use it. Because then we can get Umbreon with a Moonstone, or, I mean, Espeon's way better, but curious if that works. There should also be, yeah, something over here. Just Ether. I gotta remember, man, I'm playing a Nuzlocke. When you get to a new area, you know what? We probably have to deposit somebody too. Whenever you get to a new area, man, you can catch something. I think I messed that up twice now. Gotta get used to these. Alright. Let's go ahead and deposit Altaria, why not? Let's go grab this Eevee. I'm not even gonna save and like reset for a good Eevee. We'll just take a good Eevee on my Eevee. Good EVs. No, I meant IVs anyway, but it's just funny that EV and then like, you know, effort values. We'll just take whatever we get and then go from there with it with an evolution stone. See if this guy even says anything, but alright, no he doesn't. Obtain the Eevee. Not bad. Let's check it out. Rash, that's actually good. Boost the special attack. Take that. So maybe we go Jolteon then. It has bite and quick attack. That's not bad. Oh yeah, so can I use the Sunstone? The one that I found. Can I use a Leaf Stone? No, because there's no Gen 4 Pokemon in this. You can just use a Sunstone. I also have a Moonstone too. Yeah, so that does work. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know though. It'll just depend. I'm just gonna stash the Eevee away until we get to like a gym where we could really use Eevee, right? Like maybe I'm thinking Vaporeon for Blaine, but Umbreon against Sabrina would actually be interesting. Like for Alligator can probably put in work with Crunch, but I'm gonna need like an army of Dark types against Sabrina. That's gonna be one of the tougher gyms for sure. So maybe we actually go Umbreon. And it, you know, it's a Rash Nature boosting the special attack, but all Dark type attacks are special. I'm gonna pull Altaria back out just so I don't have to change the sprites again over my head before ending the episode, but that's interesting. Maybe we do go Umbreon with the Moonstone. And I guess I could bring Metang here too against Sabrina. But first we gotta do Koga. I don't think I need to put this, you know, to be an Espeon. I think, honestly, I think Metagross is gonna just destroy Koga. And then I'll have like Zard in the back for some strong flamethrowers and stuff. But I think we'll be alright there. Also, I'm not going to count static encounters as like an encounter. But is this Lax part of Celadon or is it part of... No, it's part of Route 16. Okay. So this will be our Route 16 encounter next time. We'll get the Lax. And even though I got the Eevee here in Celadon, I can still do like a surfing encounter in here. I could fish for something right now, but I'm going to wait till I get surf and come back. I'm kind of curious if there's any grass here, though. There is. Okay, okay. I took one step. We might have gotten an encounter there. So there is actually grass here, too, which is interesting. But again, probably going to take a surfing encounter. I'm going to grab the coin case real quick. I don't remember who it is. Yeah, it is this guy. Interesting. There is grass, though. Because normally when you surf here, I think it's like 100% catch rate for like... Or 100% encounter rate for Grimers, I want to say. If I remember correctly. So maybe we do that, or maybe we go roll the dice in the grass. Either way, I think that's a pretty good spot to cut off this episode. Because now for me, it's 10 o'clock at night. It's getting kind of late. I gotta sleep, man, before work tomorrow. So I think that's a good spot to cut it off. Maybe I'll just do it right here. I'm just trying to think of what's a good spot to save at. Doesn't really matter, but I mean, I started the episode here. I don't know if we should save here or go back to Lavender. I think Lavender Town gets hit with like copyright claims on that theme song. I've heard that over the years, so I guess I'm just gonna save right here. Why not? It's whatever. Alright, well, we'll start off next time by catching Snorlax. Hopefully, if we fail, there's still another one, but I do need to figure out how to get that leftovers underneath Snorlax. We might need the item finder for that. Because I don't think you can just like hit the button. I think you actually have to like dig it out with the item finder. But we will be able to get a leftovers hopefully that way, which of course is a great item. But yeah, so next time we start off by waking up Lax, catching it, then heading all the way down to Fuchsia and beating Koga and getting our 5th gym badge. So that'll be cool. You know, decent progress today, although we didn't really go anywhere. But we still beat Giovanni and Gary. Always good to kick Gary's ass. So all in all, you know, decent progress. Again, I'm going to rip a whole bunch of rare candies. Probably put everybody at 47, not just here, but Pokemon in the box as well. At which point, I guess Tyrogue's going to evolve, so you guys won't even get to see that, but it is what it is. Probably not going to use Hitmonlee anyway, but if I do get a Hitmonlee versus a Hitmontop or Chan, I would much rather have Lee out of the 3 of them. Let me just make sure that the sprites are all good. Yeah, those are the same 6. Alright. So I think that's going to do it for, what was this, part 6? Yeah, part 6. Now we can put Charizard in the thumbnail. Hopefully that'll get some clicks on YouTube. Everybody loves Charizard, man. I don't even like Charizard. I've talked about that plenty of times, but first of all, I think Blastoise is better, and I like Venusaur the most out of the 3 Gen 1 starters. But to me, you know, Game Freak always be ODing on Zard, giving it the 2 megas, making it Leon's signature Pokemon in Galar. You know, when you have another 800, 900 Pokemon to choose from, like they're always ODing on Zard, man. Too much Zard. Chill. But they won't, because it's always like the most expensive Pokemon card every time it gets printed in a set. I don't know. For me, you know, it's just too much Charizard. I've always not really cared for Zard. But anyway, I'm going to put Charizard in the thumbnail for this episode, though. You better believe that. So with all that being said, that's going to do it here for part 6 in the YouTube playlist. And for anybody that is seeing this in the future on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the action. And stay tuned, man, because there's more coming in this game for sure. But for now, that's going to do it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Alright? Peace.